just noticed you my queen. You looking like some buttercream. You know exactly what I need.
How's it, guys? So today I'm going to be talking to you about the Freewell ND filters. As well as that, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of time traveling. You're going to see me pop in and out. My hair's going to grow. It's going to get short again. I'll look homeless and I'll look neat. All in one video. But the point of this video is to talk about these NDs and how well they work with your Mavic 2 Pro. And you've got a set of gradient NDs, which means that they will darken the top part of your screen and that effect will get less and less as it goes down. And you've also got a set of regular NDs, which goes all the way from 8 to 64, and they're polarized. So it's a great bonus to have that incorporated into your NDs. It helps a lot. And today I'm going to show you exactly how they work, how they fit on the Mavic 2 Pro, and just, how convenient they are and how rugged these cases are. They fit perfectly into your shoulder strap bag. They're just a good little set of NDs. They're not very expensive and they work. So I'm also going to show you why NDs are essential if you want to get that cinematic blur as your drone flies low level and really quick, or it rotates around a subject. Sometimes you're going to want that motion blur, that sort of filmic look that you can get. And the only way to really get that is to use a set of NDs or push your f-stop all the way up to 11. But that still limits you in harsh sun like this because it's just not enough. You're going to need to put a good set of NDs on there to be able to have the option to keep your shutter at 1/50th and have that really nice motion blur. So yeah, let's have a look and see how they work on your Mavic 2 Pro and how easy they are to use.
My boo, it's true, you do, oh yes you do the thing that you do, my hot cocoa.
So first up, I'm going to talk about the build quality of the Freewell filters. And as you can see, they come in this little grey case, quite thin, easy for storage. And each filter set comes with a nice microfiber cloth with some cool branding on it. And as you can see here in the case, there's some space for extra filters that you decide to buy. Or if you have multiple kits, you can put the filters that you use most often in one of the cases, and then all the spares you can leave them at home or just keep them in the bag and keep your main filters that you use inside the case. With the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, the way that DJI has decided to attach and detach filters off the front of the lens is with this twist mechanism, which works quite well. It's pretty easy to work with. But sometimes you can put a little bit too much pressure on the gimbal itself. So just need to be really careful about that when you're installing new filters onto the front of your Mavic 2 Pro. So all you do is you grab a hold next to the gimbal so it doesn't damage the gimbal, put too much pressure onto it. Then you grab the filter and you rotate it with a good amount of force, and then it just unlocks and clicks and you pull it off and you take the filter that you want. And you'll see on the filter itself there are different size little clips on it. There's 3 small ones and 1 big one in one of the corners. Now you take the big one and you put it at the bottom right hand side of your drone, because that's where that one fits in, and it goes on a little bit skew, and then you put pressure on all 4 sides as best as you can, and then you can put that pressure and then rotate it on nice and simple and easy. These are really good build quality, nice and strong and firm. And with the gradient NDs, you can see that there's actually a way to rotate, so you can always have your gradient line lined up to your horizon. Or if you want to go sideways and do something creative, you can do that. Or you can go upside down and be a bit of a weirdo and have the sky super bright and your ground super dark. Weird, but you can do it if you want to, because you can rotate this whole thing. So you'll never need to get confused with any of the filters that you got on your drone, because right on the front it tells you exactly which filter it is. One of the other small features about these cases that I want to mention is that they really are nice and tough, but also easy to open. But once they're closed and sealed, they do lock in place quite nicely, and they're not just going to fall open and your filters aren't just going to collapse everywhere. And even once it is open and your filters are in place, you can see that with the foam they actually hold in place quite nicely, so they're not just going to drop out even if the lid does come out, and they don't stick out past the foam. They all are very, very flat and very, very nicely stored and kept. This is also really handy because you can easily put this in the front of your Mavic 2 case, those little shoulder bags that you can get separately. You can easily slip them in, put them in the sides, and those mesh cloths that hold on the side of the bag. But the nice thing of this is it's really, really built well. They really are good quality and good for storage. It's so easy to keep on you all the time. You never have to be without your filters. So one of the main reasons that you're going to want to have NDs on your drone, even though the Mavic 2 Pro can change its aperture inside the camera, which you can go all the way up to f11, but sometimes you want to keep your shutter speed at a very consistent 180 degrees, or on these it's 1/50th. That gives you a nice bit of motion blur on moving objects when you have something that's maybe center of frame and you're rotating around. Sometimes you don't want everything to be crisp. You want your subject or whatever you're focusing on to be nice and clear, but everything else to have that nice filmic motion blur. So one of the great things about the regular NDs that they've got here, from ND8 all the way up to ND64, each one of these NDs is polarized as well. And this means that unwanted glare or unwanted reflections in water, they will be cut away and cut out. So I mean, that's the main reason why I like these Freewell filters. They are built well, they come in really handy cases, and they just work. You know, that's the main thing, is they're good quality glass, they're made for 4K images, and they just work and they do their job properly. So with all that being said, I'm just going to let you guys watch some really pretty footage of the ocean and enjoy.
Spend all my money on pretty things, diamond shoes and all these diamond rings. Yes, I spend my money on fancy cars, on a Jack in the Box, and all trips to Mars. Yes, and I, and I ain't got no shilling left for me. Spend all my money on expensive clothes, on a mink fur coat